Singapore is a really, really nice place to be. It's convenient. It's reliable with all the systems. The people are great. So yeah, it's been great. It's been great. So like you probably like more than 30 years old, or for somebody that is like 25 years old, the threshold will definitely be different. You cannot have the same threshold number to get the same visa. I'm talking about the places, the background, what they're doing for life, what kind of family that they have, the age categories. I really get to meet all those people, talk to them, and then that makes me realize that how different we are. At least me, I would not say that living abroad is better than in Asia.
Right.
Open-mindedness is always better than a closed mind. So whatever you can do, you can put yourself in to be more open-minded. Go for it. I think that will help you in life.
Hi everyone, welcome to Romoraedwards YouTube channel. It's good to see you again. And today we have a much-awaited guest, which is Evelyn. She is my younger sister. And welcome back to the
Thank you for having me.
Right. For those who haven't known you yet, could you introduce yourself, please?
Yes. So Evelyn Mirandha. You can call me Mira. You can call me Evelyn. Actually, he called me Mira usually. I work in Moser Associates, an interior design firm in Singapore. I've been living in Singapore in around four years. I think we will find out more about that later. I think. Yeah. So yeah.
Right.
Anything? No, right?
No. It's excellent. It's very complete, very clear. So I talked to my audience before, and they said that they would like to know about how does it feels like to be working in Singapore. So since you have been 4 years in Singapore, can you tell us what's your impression working and living in Singapore for 4 years?
Disclaimer, I don't think I can speak for like everybody else in Singapore, because it really depends on the community you're in, the company that you're working for, and so many other things. But to make it short and sweet, I think it has been a very great, amazing ride for me. I grow a lot, I would say. Singapore is a really, really nice place to be. It's convenient. It's reliable with all the systems. The people are great. So yeah, it's been great. It's been great.
Right. You mentioned a lot of good things about Singapore, the system and everything. And people also mention about, wow, working in Singapore, you must have a good and very high salary, because in order to get the working visa in Singapore, you really have to achieve certain amount of salary, right?
Yeah.
Is it true, or how do you feel like when you are working on your working visa? Is it hard?
Okay, so the working visa actually will be arranged by the company that hire you, so your employer. So if it was hard, it was not my effort anyway, because they have this certain quota or a ratio to hire people from other countries that is not Singapore PR or Singapore citizens. It is true that there is certain threshold in the salary that you can find yourself in Google, and actually you can even do a self-assessment in Google. So Singapore has that. That it's not like for one threshold for everybody, because it will be calculated based on your year of experience, what industry you're working for, what your title is. So it's gonna be calculated with in whatever way, and they will tell you whether or not you are eligible to get this pass. So they have several pass category actually, and you can find out with the number that you have which category you're fitting in.
Right. So it's not a one fit all.
No.
Yeah. Salary cap.
So yeah.
Anyone who are applying for working visa. Oh.
So like you probably like more than 30 years old, or for somebody that is like 25 years old, the threshold will definitely be different. You cannot have the same threshold number to get the same visa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I've never known about this before.
Yeah.
It's good that you mentioned it. Yeah. So you also mentioned about not only working, but the community is good. I know many people told me, especially those who were studying at Singapore, that the standard of living is very high, right? And people do live longer in Singapore. Can you speak about it? Like, what makes people live better life in Singapore?
I wouldn't be super confident to say that Singapore is better than somewhere else. It really depends to the person itself.
Right.
So I'm very careful on this kind of thing, because I talk to people who doesn't really think that he fits Singapore.
Okay.
But for me, I love it. I think the convenience that I have makes me, it puts me in the position to be able to afford more time to do things that I love outside of my responsibility as a grown-up lady. Let's put it that way. So I got to explore. I got to be a little more curious with the time I have. So yeah, that is the luxury that I can afford, to be more curious, to explore more things, and then by that I get to know more about myself, and I think that is key to be happy. That's one of the key to be happy. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so many people assume that Singapore is about work, right? But you mentioned about adventure, about exploring. I wonder, how can you find exploration and adventure in Singapore? Is it possible? Like, what else do you do besides working in Singapore?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I think people, when they hear about this adventure word, it's about it. The thing that comes to their mind will be like jungle-like, or like surfing in the waves, like that we don't have in Singapore.
Right.
We have some greeneries, I mean, yeah, but then that's not that kind of thing. And a little disclaimer, probably the growth, the exploration that I have, I wouldn't give the whole credit to Singapore as a place itself. It's so many things that happen, because I don't know if I have mentioned I've been in Singapore for 4 years.
Wow.
So it's actually in the middle of the big chunk of it is actually the middle of the pandemic,
Right.
where I have more time.
Yeah.
More story about that later, probably, if we have time. But then, yeah, there's a pandemic. There's the personal things happening in my life. Also, I would give the credit to like my company that really gives me space to grow, the people around me, and also the Singapore itself, right? So I think the adventure that I have is to be able to just try. I have used so many curious words, because I think that's how I live, at least for this past couple of years. I allow myself to be curious, and then I think Singapore allows me to, let's say, I want to try yoga. I can't afford to do it. I have time to go to my yoga studio in 10 minutes. I want to try running. I can just get out of my door and then run in the city safely.
Right.
And I want to try kayaking. There's place for that is very reachable. So maybe the examples that I gave is kind of gravitated around some physical activity, because that's what I love. Actually, that really energizes me. But I'm sure the curiosity and the time that people can afford in Singapore, that really helps people to get the adventure on their own, for whatever kind of adventure that they want.
Okay.
That really helps.
Right. You mentioned about a lot of things that's going on these 4 years.
Yeah.
What have changed about you in these 4 years, starting since you come to Singapore to right now, after 4 years you come here to visit your family? What have changed about you?
The first thing that comes to my mind right now is, I think, the exposure that I got, like the kind of people that I've met along the way. They came from everywhere around the world, everywhere, and I'm talking about the places, the background, what they're doing for life, what kind of family that they have, the age categories. I really get to meet all those people, talk to them, and then that makes me realize that how different we are. Indonesia is very diverse as well.
Right.
But I think I can only talk for myself. The time that I had in Indonesia, working in Indonesia, I kind of with that job responsibility, I was kind of exposed to more similar kind of people. So that really gives me many point of view about life, and then I can just take everything more lightly, I think.
Right.
Because I just know a knowledge that people are just different.
Right.
You cannot be perfect anyway, because you shouldn't compare yourself to anybody, because you're just different, right?
Yeah.
And therefore it makes me more easy, like going into adventure and meeting people.
Yeah.
It just makes me gives me less pressure. Just be curious, and there is no expectation or like how a person you should be, right?
Right.
Yeah, I think that's the first thing. Many things that I can share, but it will probably take us like a month. But yeah, that's, I think, the exposure that really gives me a lot of perspective in life.
Right. I think I also experienced this when I was taking my PhD in finance at the US. I've traveled a lot. Like I took my master degree before in UK and now at the US. But going abroad always give you perspective on how people value things, what is their priorities, and you get to be open and to absorb different point of view when you go to when you're going abroad. So I can relate to what you're saying in that way. It's not that we don't learn a lot in Indonesia, we do.
Yeah.
But the contrast that you face when you are going abroad, it's just very valuable because you are out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
And I think to learn is to be out of your comfort zone, to face your fear being in other countries, and it will let you grow.
Yeah. I think, again, we need to emphasize that we will never say, at least me, I would not say that living abroad is better than Indonesia.
Right.
Open-mindedness is always better than a closed mind. So whatever you can do, you can put yourself in to be more open-minded. Go for it. I think that will help you in life.
I agree.
Right?
I agree. Yeah. It doesn't have to be abroad.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. Just outside your comfort zone, and you will
go to different kind of communities, explore a place, try something new. If you like to dance, you go to dance community or whatever, right? Just meet people.
Right, exactly. So a lot of people would like to prepare to experience new things outside, and Singapore was one of the most wanted or top of the list destination for people to work. What do you wish you have known before you come to Singapore? Do you have any tips for those who are preparing themselves to go to Singapore, for working, for studying, anything?
Good question. I think to learn, to get used to is what they need to get used to is to, again, come back to the open-mindedness and then just be out there. If you want to have like a smoother path, I think just start small wherever you are. If you're not used to meet new people, start with one person. For a short commitment thing, you don't need to go all the way. And then once you get the gain, I think they will encourage you to step up and level up and level up. And then when you are there, you will be ready.
Right.
You will be able to enjoy it to the fullest.
Right.
Yeah. I think, there's nothing much to be scared of anyway in the first place.
Right.
Nothing to be scared. It's a very convenient, very friendly place. It's close to Indonesia. It's close to our home. So the people, we're still like Asian people. Like the vibe is there. There's a difference. Many expats concentrated more than Indonesia. But then other than that, I think it's actually easy to navigate.
Right.
Yeah, when you're open, it's really easy to navigate.
Okay, so start small and be open-minded. Just be out there.
Yes.
Thank you, Mira, for giving your time.
My pleasure.
And Romoraedwards Podcast. Next up, we might have another very interesting guest like Mira. Please write your comment in the YouTube podcast channel. And thank you again, Mira.
Thank you so much for having me.
When you come here from Singapore.
Yes.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you, guys. Take care.